Hello, hello. Today, more Poetry Thursday, more Emily Bronte, and in this case, I'm gonna read three more poems from Emily Bronte, also from my Poetry Bible, that I forgot to read last Thursday. So yeah, I'll just get to it. I haven't prepared this, so I hope I can give them justice. Just a bit of justice. Okay, so let's start by song. The linnet in the rocky dwells, the moor lark in the air, the bee among the hard bells that hide my lady fair. The wild deer browse above her breast, the wild birds raise their brood, and they, her smiles of love caressed, have left her solitude. I ween that when the grave's dark wall did first her from retain, they thought their hearts could never recall the light of joy again. They thought the tide of grief would flow unchecked through future years, but where is all their anguish now? And where are all their tears? Well, let them fight for honor's breath, or pleasure's shade pursue. The dwellers in the land of death is changed and careless too. And if their eyes should watch and weep till sorrow's source were dry, she would not in her tranquil sleep return a single sigh. Blow, west wind, by the lonely mound, and murmur summer streams. There is no need of other sound to soothe my lady's dreams. So that is number one. Let's see what else we have here. I know I had like 5 and I'm choosing to read 3, so I'm only skipping 1. I think I'm gonna read Remembrance afterwards. Now. Remembrance, yeah, so Emily Bronte still. Cold in the earth, and the deep snow piled above thee, far, far removed, cold in the dreary grave. Have I forgot my only love to love thee, severed at last by time's all-severing wave? Now, when alone do my thoughts no longer hover over the mountains of that northern shore, rest in their wings where heath and fern leaves cover thy noble heart forever, evermore. Cold in the earth and 15 wild Decembers from those brow hills have melted into spring. Faithful indeed in the spirit that remembers, after such years of change and suffering, sweet love of youth, forgive if I forget thee. While the world's tide is burying me alone, other desires and other hopes beset me, hopes which obscure but cannot do thee wrong. No later light has lightened up my heaven, no second morn has ever shone for me. All my life's bliss, from my dear life has given all my life's bliss, is in my grave but with thee. But when the days of golden dreams had perished, and even despair was powerless to destroy, then I did learn how existence could be cherished, strengthened and fed without the cherished shade of joy. Then I did check the tears of useless passion, weaned by my soul, my young soul, from yearning after things. Sternly denied its burning, wished to hasten down to that tomb already more than mine. And even yet I dare not let it languish, dare not indulge in memory's rapturous pain. Once drinking deep of that divinest anguish, how could I seek the empty world again? Wow, each time I read one of these poems, I mean any of the poems here, but Emily Bronte particularly, for some reason, every time I put her down, when I think back of her poems, I never consider her like up there on like as sort of like one of my favorite poets. I never think of her that way, but then I go and read her poems and I'm like, Wow, wow, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why that only happens to me with Emily Bronte. I think it might be because I confuse her a lot with Emily Dickinson, and I don't like Emily Dickinson's poems as much at all. So that might be the reason. Yeah, I struggle also to read a lot because this is all handwritten, and my handwriting is not great. And I'm beyond correction at this point. So, yeah, if you see me struggle reading, this is the philosopher already. If you see me struggle reading, it's for my, it's because I'm reading my own writing. Okay, finally, I'm reading The Night Wind, also by Emily Bronte. In summer's mellow midnight, a cloudless moon shone through our parlor window, and rose trees wet with dew. I sat in silent musing, the soft wind waved my hair. It told me heaven was glorious, and sleeping earth was fair. I needed not its breathing to bring such a thoughts to me, but still it whispered loudly, how dark the woods will be. The thick leaves in my murmur are rustling like a dream, and all their myriad voices instinct with the spirit seem. I said, go, gentle singer, thy wooing voice is kind, but I do not think its music has power to reach my mind. Play with the scented flower, the young tree's supple bow, and leave my human feelings in their own course to flow. The wanderer would not heed me, its kiss grew warmer still. Oh, come, it sighted so sweetly. I will win thee against thy will. Were we not friends from childhood? Have I not loved thee long as thou, the solemn night, whose silence wakes my song, and when thy heart is resting beneath the church aisle stone, I shall have time for mourning, and thou for being alone. I'm gonna read the last strophe again, the last two, because I zoomed out and I don't like that, so I'm just rereading that. Were we not friends from childhood? Have I not loved thee long as thou, the solemn night, whose silence wakes my song? And when thy heart is resting beneath the church aisle stone, I shall have time for mourning, and thou for being alone. Powerful stuff, powerful stuff. Nothing to add. Enjoy your Thursday.